Hey YouTube, and always post 1975. Welcome back to the last video in my game collection, my Megadrive collection. This is what, the fifth? Oh, fuck, I can't count. Fifth video? Well, that's really bad, isn't it? In my defence, I was educated in Bristol. We don't do the 3 R's. We do a B and a Z. Bristol. Anyway, I'll shut up, right? Dig up, not down, eh? Yeah, this is the final video of my Megadrive game collection. This is the 6th one. I'll sort my shit out in a minute. It's funny because how would I label the contents of this video? I would say it's kind of odds and sods, because I had a very specific goal when I started recollecting for the Megadrive, which was, you know, all my childhood games. Obviously along the way there were some exceptions to the rule. I mean, I had 2 Genesis games as a child, and you know, as an adult I had to make the decision, as most collectors do at some point, which is you're not going to pay stupid money for certain things, and you know, sacrifices have to be made. But this is everything I never set out to buy. I just came across it, you know, it fell in my lap and I had to get it, because, you know, even though we have a specific goal as collectors, never cut your nose off to spite your face, because, you know, there's a wonderful plethora of titles out there, and if they come across your path at the right price, then you just got to pick them up. Now, it's random because I got 2 Japanese games, 2 Asian games, a homebrew game, I think you know which game, if you know homebrew on the Megadrive, and the rest are PAL. One unboxed. Where is that unboxed one? There it is, hello. There would be another game, The Lion King, but I lost it. Circle of Life and all that shit. So yeah, let's crack into this. First game I want to talk about, you know, my sort of random odds and sods, is Toe Jam and Earl. Why I never had this back in the day is absolutely, completely and utterly beyond me, because it's generally considered an absolute gem, an absolute classic. I came across this a few months ago, excuse me, and it was like £2, and I had to have it because, you know, it's got cult status. It's everything that's wrong with some games now. This game is silly, but good silly. You know, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's got a very unique individual style, and it's proper, you know, balls funny. Plus it's co-op, and it's got that wicked split screen thing they do that I kind of think, especially, you know, back in the day, was kind of groundbreaking. Because how many times did you play a game like Gauntlet and you kind of fought each other with where you wanted to go? Absolute bloody gem. And as I said, why I didn't have it back in the day, I don't know. Oh, we do the loose cards. When I first picked up my Jap Megadrive 2 years ago, I came across this game loose in a store for 50p, and I had to have it. It's the stupidest reason ever. Really can't talk tonight, but you know, it is nostalgia based. Hopefully you'll understand. It's Mega Games 1. See, Alex does the sides, I'm promoting the top. Kind of like 6-pack, you know, it's a compilation of older games when it was released on the Megadrive. You got Super Hang-On Columns and World Cup Italia 90, all solid games. Now, the reason I bought this was I looked at it in World Cup Italia 90. I love football games. It's not the best one, it's certainly not the worst one, but my brain looked and just went, ah, Italia 90. Oh, Gaza. The last time England had a truly world-class football team and any chance of winning the World Cup, even though we didn't, you know what I mean. And that's why I bought it, and every time I play World Cup Italia 90, I kind of a little sort of nostalgic regression back to that awesome fucking summer. Next game I want to talk about, can't prove this, pretty sure it's the reason my eBay account got hacked. Yes, my eBay account got hacked. I complained to the seller about this. Maybe it wasn't him, I don't know, it just seems suspicious. I complained to the seller about this because he said it was a Japanese copy of this game, and it wasn't. Then the next day I got a ton of emails saying, I would like to buy your tractor for £200 and free delivery. A 9 grand tractor, mind. I mean, I only ever bought stuff on eBay, I never sold, and when I bought stuff it was retro games, so why all of a sudden people didn't look at me and just go, this retro game has decided to sell farm machinery is utterly beyond me. Oh, and eBay couldn't give 2 shits, and that's why I kind of, if I have to dabble in eBay now, I use my old man's account and I generally steer away from it. Waffle, Super Street Fighter 2. It's an interesting one. I decided I want the Japanese version. Never had it back in the day. I had the Genesis version. I just thought I want the Japanese version because it's my favourite, you know, Street Fighter game. This is a weird one. It's an Asian game, but the box art's really, really interesting. It's big sticker saying PAL, and it's got the Japanese Megadrive logo, right? But it's got this weird golden spangly rendition of the sort of metallic PAL Megadrive logo. The box is checkered like a Genesis, or, you know, split into languages like a PAL one. the cartridge looks like it's Japanese. It's almost like it doesn't know its own bloody identity. And I can't play it because it runs in 50 Hz and is region locked and doesn't work on my Mega Drive. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't know. I keep it as a paperweight, I guess. Oh, next game I want to talk about. Pick this up in Cash Generators. Cash Generators, 2 stores in Bristol, is really, really good for Mega Drive games every now and then. Sonic 2, this was 49p. Sonic 3 is my favourite Sonic game. Sonic 1 is absolutely groundbreaking and an awesome game. Never owned Sonic 2. I don't know why, it just passed me by. I never felt the urge to own it. And it's weird because now that I've played it, excuse me, Windy pops and there's no Rennies in the building. It really takes it to the next stage. You know, but back in the day, lots of games, you know, sequels or franchises just kind of rechurned it or just did minor updates. This really tried to stand out from the original. You know, better graphics, 2-player, bonus stages that are a complete departure from the original. It's an absolutely quality game, and kudos to Sega for, you know, trying to literally move Sonic forward. Next game I want to talk about, picked this up very, very recently and it was a bloody gem. Cash Generators again, it's F-15 Strike Eagle 2. I was going to say on the Mega Drive, of course on the Mega Drive day. It's a flight sim, it's an arcadey flight sim, but it's an absolute blast because I like flight simulators, but I can't be asked to bollocks around with, you know, overcomplicated controls, and so this is brilliant. It's an absolute, sorry, that's for you Alex, but not as good as the top. It's an absolute gem. Especially since I only paid £2 for it. If I pull my my thumb out my ass one day, I'll actually do a gameplay of it. Next game, another power one, PGA European Tour. You know, before EA became complete corporate whore motherfucking bastards. EA were alright back in the day. I stand by that. It's a golf game, obviously. It's a very in-depth, very playable, very solid, slightly more strategic golf game, which is a really bad statement to make because golf is very strategic. Then Arnold Palmer. Well, I gotta say I prefer Arnold Palmer, but this is an absolutely fantastic game. Plus you can play Sevi. Oh, Sevi. Now, next game I want to talk about, oh, hang on. Oh, am I missing one? I'm missing one. It's alright everyone, it's alright, I found it. Next game I want to talk about was very, very kindly donated to me by my Commonwealth bro, Trevor, the Sega Stoner. That's right, I'm bringing Commonwealth back. He sent me Kajiki, an absolutely unique fighter on the Mega Drive. It's cartoon, it's fun, it's got a great sense of humour, it's brilliant, graphically superb. By the way, Trevor knows how to send games in the post. Yeah, this is an absolute gem. I played it back in the day, but I never owned it, thanks to that rich kid at school who just had to buy everything to try and impress me, which worked out in my favour anyway if you've watched my videos before. But this is an absolute bloody gem of a game. Kind of game of death-ish. If you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. Now, the next 2 games I want to talk about are from my other Commonwealth buddy, Tony, Electric Adventures. By the way, Tony and Sega Stoner, they're both in my shuffle list, and I will put a link to their channels in the doohickey down below. Please go and check them out because they're both slices of fried gold. He came across these in a lot, and he basically sent me an email and said, you know, would you want any of these games? And I was like, I'll have those 2, mate, if that you're absolutely cool. He sent me a whole bunch of other stuff because he's a top generous bloke and his channel's fucking ninja. He sent me Vapor Trail. Think these are Asian. Vapor Trail's an absolutely bloody gem of a shooter. Seriously, if you like your top-down shooters, this is sauce mungus. Yeah, I think they're. He also knows how to send games in the post, and that came all the way from the land down under. Yeah, they're Asian. But the thing is, these work. Well, are these PAL? I don't know, because they're Japanese cartridges, but I think they are Asian. I could be wrong, but they work in my Mega Drive, unlike the Super Street Fighter 2 weird bastardized version. And the other game he sent me was FIFA International Soccer, because FIFA, I know lots of people love it. I'm not a massive fan of it. I prefer Pro Evolution, but at the same time, where it came from, its roots are absolutely fantastic. You know, people forget that it started out on 16-bit systems. This is a bloody amazing game. It's kind of isometric, you know. It's on the SNES as well. I think most people know. I love the rating system. Little smiley faces. Yeah, it's I think kids these days probably don't even know that it can. I sound so bloody old saying that. Bloody kids. Shake harder, boy. I think kids these days don't know where, you know, the evolution of FIFA or where it initially came from. And it was this on the Mega Drive and the SNES, and it's absolutely fantastic. Oh, before we get to the homebrew, let's talk about another eBay stitched me up. Look, it's a PAL copy of Hellfire, because even though I had the Genesis version back in the day before EdT1138, you know, fixed me up with that other version, I thought I might bend the rules and get a Japanese one because it was advertised as Japanese. Oh wait, it is! It's a Japanese Hellfire. But he sent it in a PAL box. And when I complained, he said read the description. So I screen dumped the description and sent it back to him and said, I did. Read your words, and I never got a reply. And PayPal didn't seem to care for some reason. Oh well, that's kind of a real anomaly in my collection. And the last game I want to talk about, which I'm so chuffed I got, because well, you know, PS Solar, you know, a new Mega Drive game after 20 years. I love the box art, Genesis and Mega Drive, and it's also really, really cool because the cartridge looks like a Power Genesis cartridge, but it's got the notch. That's so cool. It's an RPG. To put this into perspective, I'm not a fan of RPGs. There's nothing wrong with those of you who are. It's just they never really kind of tickled my fancy. But at the same time, there are two RPGs I've played from start to finish and I absolutely love and adore. One is Final Fantasy VII, amazing game on the PlayStation, and the other one is this, and this is a better game. Bold statement, I know. It's 64 meg. It's massive. But this game is just utterly superb. When I first bought my Japanese Mega Drive and I heard the rustlings on Tinterwebs about that someone had made a brand new game, and I came across it and it was completely sold out, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. So I went to the official website, and by sheer fluke I caught the day of, they just announced a reprint edition, so I signed up and I got this for 45 quid. And yeah, it's if you've got this, you know what I mean. I think, Ben Shenmuzo, you've got this, don't you? I don't know if you played it yet, but you like RPGs, so I'd like to know what you think. But I think, as Sony doesn't like RPGs, this is absolutely shitmongersly good. It's fantastic. And also, it's just so cool that, you know, someone decided to make a brand new game for an old system. So yeah, Watermelon, sort your shit out. More games, please. So, there you go. That's my, that's every single Mega Drive game I own, you know. 6 videos later and we finally made it down the end of the yellow brick road. So, you know, officially we're back in Kansas. Thank you everyone who's watched this series. I can't get over how, you know, how positively it was received and how much people enjoyed, you know, watching it, and I've enjoyed massively making it. You know, who would have thought just talking about the games you own and the memories you have about them would just be so much fun and such a joy. So once again everyone, thank you very, very much for watching. I was going to say waffling. What I want to say is thank you very much for putting up for my insane amount of waffle through this series of videos. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.